welcome back to my channel. As promised, today you're getting a new video as it's Friday, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about Camp America again. I did switch around the schedule a little bit, so we are not gonna be talking about packing today, but I figured maybe we should start with actually setting up the Camp America account. So that's what we're gonna do today. All right, so this is the Camp America website where first of all, we have to create our account. So let's go ahead and click sign up for CA. And now we're getting a bunch of questions, which obviously you have to fill out with your own information. Now, I'm not going to be putting all of my actual information, but I will be giving you the idea of like how it works. And, basically, I want you to go through the whole process with me so you know how to do everything. All right, so now that we filled up our account and you can see everything here, and then you have to agree to terms and conditions, and you can also subscribe, but this is not mandatory. Uh, so we're not going to be doing it right now, but just so you know, it is an option. And there we go. So this is our home base, basically. You can see that on your homepage, all we have so far is creator application. And so we're gonna go through that process again. Are you able to fly to the US by June 30th, 2025 and stay until mid-August? So this is important because most of the camps are working within those time ranges. So basically how it works is the more availability you have, the more likely you are to get a job at a summer camp. Are you a student? You do not need to be a student to take part. So that part is basically about you either working on the program staff or support staff. Now, if you want to be a support staff, aka Camp Power, you do have to be a student. Camp Power is basically anything from the kitchen to maintenance to like, I don't know, like driver, laundry, whatever it is. Like those are the Camp Power people, which you would have to be a student for. For example, when I started, I was at laundry. I was a student at the time, so I could have done that. However, now I wouldn't be able to because I'm not a student anymore. Now I can only be program staff, which means mostly a counselor, special need counselor, and stuff like that. For the sake of it, let's pretend you're a student, so I'm gonna check yes because that's given us more options. Have you worked as a staff on a summer camp before? Most of you, if you don't know how that works, possibly you'll be checking this option, which is I will be going for the first time because it is like you're creating on your account and stuff like that. That's it. The application for the summer of your lifetime is now underway. Keep clicking the next buttons and you'll be done in no time. What happens when you're going through Camp America for the first time is you need to book your online interview. Back before COVID happened and the first time I was going with Camp America, we used to have those interviews IRL, but clearly they've changed it to online, which is probably better because, it gives you a little more flexibility and stuff like that. Before, let's complete our application. All right, so just for the sake of it, I will upload a picture. Here it is. Now, you have to choose at least 3 of your strongest skills. If you never heard of it or whatever, I mean, I obviously already explained it to you, but you get counselor skills, which can help you with activities with campers, and you have camp power skills, so kitchen, housekeeping, maintenance, table care, camp store security office, laundry. So you'll be picking, right? Once you click on anything, you can then go into details about it. So we can do like, let's say I'm gonna put in arts and crafts, painting, photography. Oh, we can do one. Okay. Well then, let's do, how about video? Okay, next. I would say intermediate at least. Okay, next. Let's put in the next one. I'll do general arts and craft. Acting drama. There we go. We have our skills ready. So let's move on to the next medical information. Now this is obviously you're gonna be filling this out according to you. But just be truthful there because there are certain camps where maybe you would have to do some sports, maybe you would have to do something else that your medical condition might not allow you to, so it's important to like actually read through it and be honest. Then we have criminal record information. Have you ever been arrested, convicted, or under investigation? Obviously, if you said yes to any of those, you probably won't be going. As you know, you're working with the kids in America. That's a no-go. So yeah, again, be truthful. Don't be lying, because later you will have to upload a police check over there, so they will check your background anyway. Now that we filled that out, it's time to select our interview. Now, obviously, I won't be choosing this actually because I don't want to be taking anybody's spot. But if you do want to schedule an interview, you just pick from the calendar right here, and you can see there's all those dates available. So now, after you do book your online interview, you will be meeting with a representative, and they're gonna ask you some questions. They're gonna check your English level, because if you cannot communicate, for example, like if your English is just okay, and like maybe you can just do like basic English, maybe it's not the best for you to go as a counselor, but it would be a perfect spot for you to go as a camp power if you could, if you're a student. So that's why the interview happens when you go for the first time. So person that already knows how it works and like basically what to do, they can then like guide you in the right direction. Another thing that you would have to do to like move the process along is payments. So there's three main payments, which you can see the details of right here. Just as an example, I'm gonna give you the United Kingdom fee for 2024-2025. So the total payment for the three installments is 659, whereas the first installment is £55. It's not refundable. It's due pre-interview. So even if you do schedule your appointment, you do have to pay that first installment to like move the process along. The second installment, they say it's £180 due within 4 weeks of the interview. And the third installment is the most expensive one, which I am pretty sure includes the flight. Unless you're flying to certain states, like for sure California is one of them. You will get that information on your Camp America profile if you do get placed in a state where you have to arrange your own flight. So, for example, like I said, the total Camp America fee for them arranging your flight is 659. But if you were to go as somebody like, for example, me, where I'm going to California, I would have to pay only 459 because I'm arranging my own flights. Obviously, we cannot really move along with the process any further than that because I would have to make this whole like fake identity, all that. We were not doing that. But I will walk you through the website a little bit more just so you know where to look for what. Medical. Once you've been placed, a medical form will appear here that you need to take to your doctor to get complete. And then, so basically, it's a form that you print out. It's in English. What's on there is mostly like information about vaccines or any medical issues that you might have. And so your doctor has to sign it off, and then you upload the PDF version, the scan of it, to the website. Flights here, you will have any information about flights. So let's say if Camp America is buying your flight, then you will have all the information here. However, if you are placed within one of the states that is not eligible for Camp America to buy your flights, then you'll have to buy your own flight. Then informing Camp America people your flight details once you buy it. Visa. Yes, you do need a visa to work at camp. What you will need is a J1 visa. Now, this is a process that Camp America also helps you with. So once you are placed, usually around time of February, March, sometimes even April, those visa appointments start being made. Now, if you're somebody who is a returner, maybe that's not how it works in every country. However, like for me, for example, I just ship my passport over to the embassy and it's done remotely because I've been more than once. All right, so you couldn't really see the whole website. However, I will show you. You have everything there. You have home, application, interview, medical, payments, flights, visa, and contact information. So now, if you click to your homepage, this is where we are right now. You will have everything that you need to do. Obviously, since we just started our profile, the next thing that we will have to do is pay the first installment right here. The currency will apply whether depending on where you are. And then once you do your payment, you have to set up your interview. One more thing that I do want to tell you is there's two ways of getting a job at a camp. Either you have to go to a job fair where camp directors go to and you can talk to them, like have a basically face-to-face interview with them on the spot right there. That's how I got my job. But you can also just set up the Camp America profile, leave it be, and then you will be getting offers from different camps, and you can either accept it or not. It's up to you. But also remember not to be too picky because the time flies by, and by June or even May, you might have to go to camp already. So if you do start like setting up your profile, let's say like now, like it's January, we'll have to try to get the process done pretty quickly. It can be pretty daunting to do all the paperwork and interviews and everything and all that, like whatever comes with it. Like for the first time when you're going, there's just a lot of things to do. Because like I said, from the paperwork, you gotta have to get med form done, the background check, the visa, and obviously fill out your profile. Like you have that initial interview with a person, like then you will also have like extra medical questions. One last thing that I do want to tell you is just a few tips how to get the job. First of all, be yourself. Listen, if you're trying to be somebody else, like you pretend to be someone you're not, and then that will come out, the truth will the truth will come out when you go there and they're expecting somebody else. But then at camp, it can get crazy. Camp job is not easy, not everywhere, at least, you know? Like it depends on where you go really, but some camps are harder than others, and you have to be prepared to do that. Number two, go there with the thoughts of like, I want to do this. This is an adventure of my lifetime. If you really think about it, not that many people can say, hey, I worked at a summer camp in America for the whole summer. Like, it's crazy. And the amount of people you will meet there, like, it's crazy. Number three, try to sell your skills, try to sell yourself, like, not in a bad way. Like, it is a job interview when you're talking to a camp director after all. So you do have to treat it that way a little bit. You know, don't be goofing around, like, not to stress over about it because obviously, like, when I had my first interview with my camp director, I was stressed. But it didn't really matter. Like, it was unnecessary to stress like that. Be chill. Take it seriously. Number four, if you do have any question, you feel unsure about this whole thing, don't worry. I got you. You can always hit the comments down below if you do have any questions about the whole process of Camp America, anything about the application process, anything at all revolving this whole thing, or like even traveling there, or like words, like whatever it is, hit me up in the comments. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. I've been there. I've been at camp for over 5 summers now, so I know what I'm doing. And you know, I can always make a video about like most frequently asked questions if that's something you guys want. And number five, I guess it is, I do strongly recommend going to a job fair just because it will give you a better idea of like how each of the camps operate. You can talk to the camp directors IRL. Like it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, oh, like you go to just one stand with this one camp, let's say just because you want to go, I don't know, to New York, right? And you go there and you talk to this one camp director, and then you take the job because you fear that you will not get another. Go talk to others, explore your options. Don't like just blindly go there because it's like California and I need to be there because it's California. I mean, that's what I did and it worked out for me, but you know, that's not the best advice. Don't listen to it. What I mean is just explore your options, you know, give yourself time, give yourself grace, and don't stress. I hope this video helped you out a little bit. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do have any questions, hit me up in the comments down below. Stay awesome, y'all, and I'll see you in another video next Friday. Bye. Boom, 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 Camp America. Boom, 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 Camp America. Boom, 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 Camp America. Camp America. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom.